It's Friday Fitness. We are back. We have lower body power this week. And I've got a really great exercise that I think you're going to get a lot of benefit from. And we're going to get into the content right now. But go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. You know who I am. I'm Andrew Chadwick, your certified strength coach here at the ETA. We're going to get into the content. Let's have some fun. This week's Friday Fitness, we're talking about lower body power. Now, in a previous video, we talked about the counter movement jump or squat jumps. We were working with our hands on our waist and we were exploding on up, putting force into the ground. Big thing you got to remember though with golfers, we're not bilateral athletes, we're unilateral athletes. And what I mean by that is that when we put force into the ground, we're applying different forces at different points through the golf swing. So we're never really producing the same force at the same time in the golf swing on the way back or on the way down or on the way through. And so one thing we've got to look at is we've got to be strong both bilaterally or powerful bilaterally using both legs, but we've also got to be strong unilaterally. And what I mean by that is single leg. So bilateral, both legs, unilateral, single leg. And so the exercise we're doing this week is a split squat jump. Now a split squat jump is quite a powerful movement. And so we really have to be strong but also stable. So this exercise really does depend on the athlete and what kind of when we'll integrate it with certain athletes. But there's a way that we can regress it and there's a way that you can progress it as well. And so first off, all we would look at is can an athlete from a standing position like this move into a split squat catch? And if they can, we know they've got the ability to control the landing portion. Can they then produce the force? And so what we would look at for repetition, we would drop down, come back to the center. Drop down on the other side, come back to the center. And if we can start to see that they've got the ability to catch themselves, again in that position, come back to the center, we can start to see that, okay, they're comfortable with catching, they're available to, or they have the ability to absorb force. Can they then produce it and catch it as well? And so what we would see is we'll have athletes drop down, push all the way through. And this is where we can really start to see their unilateral power. The other part of this here is we can go for, can you get off the ground as quick as possible? Or can you get height? And so we really want to see athletes pushing on up, getting as high as they can. If we can see that an athlete can first off just catch themselves and absorb force, now we want to challenge them and see if they can start absorbing force and then can they do it repeatedly. And so one of the big things that we do, you can see I'm getting my heart rate up as well. One of the things that we will look at with athletes is how well can they absorb force, how well can they produce force, and how well can they do it repeatedly. And if we can do it repeatedly, we're in a great position. We can then challenge athletes to then try and work on just force production, get as high as you can with a split squat jump. But we really initially want to be able to see that they can absorb the force, produce it, do it repeatedly, and then really start to challenge the eccentric, isometric, and concentric phases of that movement itself. So that's this week's Friday Fitness, folks. It's a little bit of a short one. Go ahead and check to see if you can absorb force with the split squat landing. If you can, start to add it in as a little bit of a jump series. Do it for time, do it for reps. And then really start to see, can you produce more force into the ground and get higher? Can you then do it repeated? Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next week for Friday Fitness. I'm Andrew Chadwick, your certified strength coach. Take care.